Hi, this is Sylvie from Sweet Skills, and you're watching Tips and Tweaks. Today we're going to look at what you would put in your backpack for a backcountry ride. So this could be somewhere way out of cell service in the backcountry. It could also be quite a long ride from home where if something went wrong, it's too long of a walk back and you just can't call someone to come help you out. So let's take a look at what I put in my osprey pack. First off, I'm going to get a pack that's big enough to carry all of the stuff I'm going to have, and that's going to be about a 20-liter pack. I do ride with a smaller one just for day rides and so on, but when I need to carry all this stuff, I want to have extra room to carry food and all that good stuff as well. So let's look at our tools first. So tools that you might also bring on a regular ride, and stuff to fix whatever's going to happen out there. A lot of this stuff you can split with your friends that might also be riding, but just keep in mind if you're in the back and something happens, you need to fix a flat or tighten something up on your bike, that you should also be self-sufficient. So a good multi-tool with everything you need specific to your bike, as well as a chain brake on here. A set of pliers that you could cut cable with, so you cut those cable ends off, and needle nose as well. Got other handy things in there as well. And some zap ties. You never know when you're going to need to tie something up together nice and strong. I have a little thing of sunscreen. Contact lens containers is a great small way to carry little bits of sunscreen or grease or anything like that. In here I have some spare brake pads, so make sure they're specific to your bike. And I just put in some used brake pads so that when I have to swap them out, I don't need to deal with the fluid and getting rid of some fluid. Chain links, so I also have other chain links to help out other people. So make sure, again, specific to your bike, and maybe throw a couple extra in there. Tire patch repair kit, and a couple extra screws kicking around. I'll do that up later. And then also we have water purification tabs so that you can stay hydrated and not risk getting sick from drinking the water. Tire plug kit, so on your tubeless tire you get a hole in it, you can plug the tire instead of putting a tube in, but you always need to carry some tubes. I have 2 tubes with me, and the patch kit. Another valve core stem, so that would be to replace on your tubeless tire the valve if it breaks. I like to have a valve core tightener as well, because sometimes the little valve core becomes loose and then it's really hard to pump air into the tire. So that's a handy, super light thing to have. I do have some CO2 here, so that's just a quick way to pump up your tire, especially if you need to pop that bead back onto the rim. So I have that. Spare derailleur hanger, so make sure you have your own spare derailleur hanger, then you can have some smooth shifting out there when something goes wrong. A tire boot, so this is a patch for your tire in case you have a big tear in it, although this is kind of hard to put on when there's all this stands fluid in there. But it's good to have, because you never know, other friends might need it as well. You could also use bar wrapper, paper, money, credit card, that kind of thing. Not credit card, a business card, to also patch that tire, and then your tube won't be popping out of your tire. Okay, so those are that's my general little toolkit. Also gonna have a tube, 2 tubes. There's one that goes inside my specialized frame so I can keep stuff in there. A shock pump, levers, tape. You never know when you're going to need to tape stuff together, so super handy. Gorilla tape. It could be duct tape, it could be electrical tape, so whatever your favorite is. Hand warmers. Never know when that's going to make someone happy, including yourself. And also a pump. I have a saw in case you need to make some firewood or make a splint or tidy up part of the trail. When I'm out there, I like to use my phone as a GPS tracker as well, and looking at maps, and obviously taking a bunch of photos. So that means you're going to run out of battery at some point if you're staying overnight somewhere. It's really good to have something that you can charge your phone up again, because if you actually need to use your phone for rescue, then you'll have some battery. That's handy. What else do we have? Oh, this is my Gore-Tex jacket. Don't leave home without a Gore-Tex jacket. Even if it looks like a nice day, you never know when things are going to turn around in the mountains, and you want to be comfortable. So that being said, also bring a little stuff sack with extra clothes in it as well. What you have on your body might get wet and sweaty, so you want to be able to change that base layer. So we'll always have another base layer, and then a puffy type jacket, a toque, and some spare gloves. So it's not fun to ride down without being able to feel your hands. So I have some thicker gloves that I bring, and that really helps for sure. What else do we have in here? Well, what if you actually had someone who injured themselves, or you have to spend the night? That's not going to be any fun. So bring a fire starting kit, so matches, lighter, little fire starting kit. This is just a pile of lint, super light. And I have a little SOL bag, so this is like a super tiny bivy sack that could also replace like an emergency blanket. So this, I could crawl inside and have a horrible night's sleep, but I'm going to be a little slightly warmer. These are just rubber surgical gloves, so if it's raining out and your hands, before your gloves get wet, you can ride with these over top your gloves, as well as, you know, do some first aid stuff with those gloves. So they two purposes there. In my first aid kit, I just have some general gauze. I'm not going to go through every single thing in the first aid kit, but definitely what I want to point out is I do bring some extra little drugs here. So Benadryl, if someone gets stung or has an allergic reaction out there, this can save some time. Some Advil and some T3s and ibuprofen. So again, I like to use those contact lens containers because they're really small, and then I can label them individually instead of having them all rolling around in a bag. Definitely some different tapes. So this is physio tape. You could use it on a blister, as well as wrapping up someone's bandages. And then vet wrap is really nice and sticky and will hold stuff, bandages together. Food. Oh, definitely bring lots of food. So these are my little fun pouches here. I'm going to have some energy bars and some shot blocks type thing. So you want to bring enough for yourself, as well as you are also responsible for your friends. And when people run out of energy, it's not a lot of fun for them, and you have to try and get them going on the trail. So this can really save the day. So a little bit of extra food. And again, if we are out there a little later than planned, you need to have a headlamp. So really important, bring a headlamp with you. Sunscreen, I carry a little bit of lip balm here. Some electrolytes. Again, a lot of people start fading on a long ride because they're only drinking water and they're not replacing all those electrolytes they're burning. So make sure you have lots of carbs and sugars in your snacks, and electrolytes in your water. That'll help. Whoa, I'm almost empty here. Last but not least, we're going to have some sunglasses or riding glasses, just to protect from the sun and twigs hitting your face. I think that's about it, and a whole bunch of water. So basically this pack is going to be jammed full. I'm going to have some fresh food in there, a big sandwich, an apple, some fruit, all that good stuff, and bear spray. So I don't have my bear spray with me today, oops, but I would carry it in this pouch here, and I would also have it wrapped in a plastic bag, so in case I crash, it doesn't spray in my face, because I've felt what bear spray feels like in your face. It's kind of hot. So yeah, bear spray really important. That's the best thing to bring in the backcountry, traveling around in bear country, making noise and being careful when you're going around blind corners is the best thing to do and staying in a group. So I think I have everything here. Now I've got to shove this all back in and go for a sweet ride in the backcountry. So have fun out there. I will post a list of all these goodies down below in the comments, and please comment as well if I've forgotten something here that you find is super helpful in the backcountry or for a long ride. I would love to hear about it. Stay safe out there and have fun. See you next time. One last thing, don't forget your inReach. So emergency locating device, emergency communications, super important. Someone in your group needs to have this. All right, now we're ready to go.